Today I learned how important art is to Cayman, to show about like our history and our culture, especially paintings because they can show you like all the history and stories of Cayman culture.
I think if people didn't have artists, they wouldn't like know much about our culture and much about like what happened in the olden days.
One of the things that we do when we first get into the classroom is that we get the students to create what we call a creative cap. So it's kind of like a thinking cap, but we call it a creative cap. And they basically think about their two favorite colors and shape, and then we get them to stretch and blend and make this cap, and then they put it on their heads, and it's like, okay, now you have the authority, you have all the tools necessary to be able to create something. And it's not just something for this particular moment, for this hour that we're in the classroom, but we say to them that this is yours to keep for the rest of your life.
My favorite thing about art is to actually paint and to draw a picture and actually to visualize what the picture is actually going to say to me. I learned so much about Cayman's history, about the cat and how it was formed and how the pictures seem so realistic, like it's actually a movie telling us how the life back in Cayman was.
I learned today that the National Gallery has a lot of different pieces. It like influences different types of people, history, and like the scenery around it, Cayman. My name is Jade, and I like the drawing because my brother he's a really good drawer, and he teaches me sometimes.
I think our Art on the Road project really came out of this grander celebration of maritime culture. It's part of the 20th anniversary of the National Gallery, and it's important to us to bring people to the site to see the artwork here, to come to some of our panel discussions that we've been having with seafarers from the Seafarers Association, the Catboat Club. We've also been going out into other museums like the National Museum to see their maritime exhibits and share those with our audience. But of course, getting onto the road and getting into the classrooms is really critical to sharing that story.
So we decided to target the Year 5s because this is kind of a pilot. So one of the things that we want to do is target every single age range, every single student in all of the schools across Cayman. And we felt that with the Year 5s, with being 9 to 11 years old, that's kind of the peak of inspiration and creativity in a child. And one of the things that we wanted to do was capture that before they start to get into this phase of being a tween and a teen and saying, oh, well, I can't draw and I can't paint and none of this is relevant. You go into a school and you say to the children, okay, well, we're going to teach you about maritime heritage, we're going to have an art activity and talk about why artists are important, and then boom, you're in the middle of the presentation and you start learning from the students. And I think that's something that for me has been inspiring, to kind of hear stories about, oh, well, my grandfather did this and this is how this relates to my family, and that's been something that for me has been I guess a wonderful part of this experience.
Creative learning is intrinsic to how we see the world, to how we are able to develop sort of cognitive awareness, how we are able to engage in dialogue and communication. So I think what we do at the National Gallery goes well beyond teaching art. We use images from our great artists in the history of the Cayman Islands to share stories about Caymanian identity and culture, to teach science, to teach maths, to teach social studies, to help us all be aware of how to be good citizens in our country. And I think our artists are storytellers that we draw from and are able to share so many things that we need as people in this community.